He called to Moses, and Hashem spoke to him from the tent of meeting, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, When a man among you brings an offering to Hashem, from animals, from the cattle, or from the flock shall you bring your offering. If one's offering is an elevation offering from the cattle, he shall offer an unblemished male. He shall bring it to the entrance of the tent of meeting voluntarily before Hashem. He shall lean his hands upon the head of the elevation offering, and it shall become acceptable for him to atone for him. He shall slaughter the bull before Hashem. The sons of Aaron, the Kohanim, shall bring the blood and throw the blood on the altar all around, which is the entrance of the tent of meeting. He shall skin the elevation offering and cut it into its pieces. The sons of Aaron the Kohen shall place fire on the altar and arrange wood on the fire. The sons of Aaron the Kohanim shall arrange the pieces, the head, and the fats on the wood that is on the fire that is on the altar. He shall wash its innards and its feet with water, and the Kohen shall cause it all to go up in smoke on the altar, an elevation offering, a fire offering, a satisfying aroma to Hashem. And if one's offering is from the flock, from the sheep, or from the goats, for an elevation offering, he shall offer an unblemished male. He shall slaughter it at the northern side of the altar before Hashem, and the sons of Aaron the Kohanim shall throw its blood on the altar all around. He shall cut it into pieces, its head and its fats. The Kohen shall arrange them on the wood that is on the fire that is on the altar. He shall wash the innards and the feet in water. The Kohen shall bring it all and cause it to go up in smoke on the altar. It is an elevation offering, a fire offering, a satisfying aroma to Hashem. If one's offering to Hashem is an elevation offering of fowl, he shall bring his offering from turtle doves or from young doves. The Kohen shall bring it to the altar, nip its head, and cause it to go up in smoke on the altar, having pressed out its blood on the altar's wall. He shall remove its crop with its feathers, and he shall throw it near the altar towards the east, to the place of the ashes. He shall split it with its feathers. He need not sever it. The Kohen shall cause it to go up in smoke on the altar, on the wood that is on the fire. It is an elevation offering, a fire offering, a satisfying aroma to Hashem. When a person offers a meal offering to Hashem, his offering shall be of fine flour. He shall pour oil upon it and place frankincense upon it. He shall bring it to the sons of Aaron, the Kohanim, one of whom shall scoop his 3 fingers full from it, from its fine flour and from its oil, as well as all its frankincense. And the Kohen shall cause its memorial portion to go up in smoke upon the altar, a fire offering, a satisfying aroma to Hashem. The remnant of the meal offering is for Aaron and his sons, most holy, from the fire offerings of Hashem. When you offer a meal offering that is baked in an oven, it shall be of fine flour, unleavened loaves mixed with oil, or unleavened wafers smeared with oil. If your offering is a meal offering on the pan, it shall be of fine flour mixed with oil, and it shall be unleavened. You shall break it into pieces and pour oil upon it. It is a meal offering. If your offering is a meal offering in a deep pan, it shall be made of fine flour with oil. You shall present it to Hashem, the meal offering that will be prepared from these. He shall bring it to the Kohen, who shall bring it close to the altar. The Kohen shall lift up its memorial portion from the meal offering and cause it to go up in smoke on the altar, a fire offering, a satisfying aroma to Hashem. The remnant of the meal offering is for Aaron and his sons, most holy, from the fire offering of Hashem. Any meal offering that you offer to Hashem shall not be prepared leavened, for you shall not cause to go up in smoke from any leavening or fruit honey, as a fire offering to Hashem. You shall offer them as a first fruit offering to Hashem, but they may not go up upon the altar for a satisfying aroma. You shall salt your every meal offering with salt. You may not discontinue the salt of your God's covenant from upon your meal offering. On your every offering shall you offer salt. When you bring a meal offering of the first grain to Hashem from ripe ears, parched over fire, ground from plump kernels, shall you offer the meal offering of your first grain. You shall put oil on it and place frankincense on it, a meal offering. The Kohen shall cause its memorial portion to go up in smoke from its flour and its oil, as well as its frankincense, a fire offering to Hashem. If his offering is a feast peace offering, if he offers it from the cattle, Whether male or female, unblemished shall he offer it before Hashem. He shall lean his hand upon the head of his offering and slaughter it at the entrance of the tent of meeting. The sons of Aaron, the Kohanim, shall throw the blood upon the altar all around. From the feast peace offering he shall offer as a fire offering to Hashem the fat that covers the innards and all the fat that is upon the innards, and the 2 kidneys with the fat that is upon them, that is upon the flanks. And he shall remove the diaphragm with the liver and with the kidneys. The sons of Aaron shall cause it to go up in smoke on the altar, besides the elevation offering that is on the wood, that is on the fire, a fire offering, a satisfying aroma to Hashem. If his offering to Hashem is a feast peace offering from the flock, male or female, unblemished shall he offer it. If he offers a sheep as his offering, he shall bring it before Hashem. He shall lean his hand upon the head of his offering and slaughter it before the tent of meeting. And the sons of Aaron shall throw its blood upon the altar all around. From the feast peace offering he shall offer as a fire offering to Hashem his choicest part, the entire tail. He shall remove it above the kidneys and the fat that covers the innards and all the fat that is upon the innards, and the 2 kidneys and the fat that is upon them, that is upon the flanks. And he shall remove the diaphragm with the liver and the kidneys. The Kohen shall cause it to go up in smoke on the altar. It is food of the fire for Hashem. If his offering is a goat, he shall bring it before Hashem. He shall lean his hand upon its head and slaughter it before the tent of meeting. And the sons of Aaron shall throw its blood upon the altar all around. He shall bring his offering from it as a fire offering to Hashem, the fat that covers the innards and all the fat that is upon the innards, and the 2 kidneys and the fat that is upon them, that is upon the flanks. And he shall remove the diaphragm with the liver, with the kidneys. The Kohen shall cause them to go up in smoke on the altar, the food of the fire for a satisfying aroma, all the choice parts for Hashem, an eternal decree for your generations in all your dwelling places. You may not consume any fat or any blood. Hashem spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, When a person will sin unintentionally from among all the commandments of Hashem that may not be done, and he commits one of them, if the anointed Kohen will bring guilt upon the people for his sin that he committed, he shall offer a young bull, unblemished to Hashem, as a sin offering. He shall bring the bull to the entrance of the tent of meeting before Hashem. He shall lean his hand upon the head of the bull, and he shall slaughter the bull before Hashem. The anointed Kohen shall take from the blood of the bull and bring it to the tent of the meeting. The Kohen shall dip his forefinger into the blood. He shall sprinkle some of the blood 7 times before Hashem toward the curtain of the holy. The Kohen shall put some of the blood on the horns of the altar where the incense is caused to go up in smoke before Hashem, which is in the tent of meeting. And all the remaining blood of the bull he shall pour onto the base of the elevation offering altar, which is at the entrance of the tent of meeting. He shall separate all the fats of the sin offering bull from it, the fat that covers the innards, and all the fat that is upon the innards, and the 2 kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is upon the flanks. And he shall remove the diaphragm with the liver, with the kidneys, just as it would be removed from the feast peace offering bull. And the Kohen shall cause them to go up in smoke on the elevation offering. But the hide of the bull, and all its flesh, with its head and with its feet, and its innards and its waist, the entire bull shall be removed to the outside of the camp, to a pure place, to where the ash is poured. And he shall burn it on wood in fire. On the place where the ash is poured shall it be burned. The entire assembly of Israel shall err, and a matter became obscured. If the entire assembly of Israel shall err, and a matter became obscured from the eyes of the congregation, and they commit one from among all the commandments of Hashem that may not be done, and they become guilty, when the sin regarding which they committed becomes known, the congregation shall offer a young bull as a sin offering, and they shall bring it before the tent of meeting. The elders of the assembly shall lean their hand upon the head of the bull before Hashem, and someone shall slaughter the bull before Hashem. The anointed Kohen shall bring part of the bull's blood to the tent of meeting. The Kohen shall dip his fingers from the blood, and he shall sprinkle 7 times before Hashem toward the curtain. He shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar that is before Hashem, which is the tent of meeting, and all the remaining blood he shall pour onto the base of the elevation offering altar, which is at the entrance of the tent of meeting. He shall separate all its fats from it, and cause it to go up in smoke on the altar. He shall do to the bull as he had done to the sin offering bull, so shall he do to it. Thus shall the Kohen provide them atonement, and it shall be forgiven them. He shall remove the bull to the outside of the camp and burn it as he had burned the first bull. It is a sin offering of the congregation. When a ruler sins and commits one from among all the commandments of Hashem his God, that he may not be done unintentionally, and becomes guilty, if the sin that he committed becomes known to him, he shall bring his offering, a male goat, unblemished. He shall lean his hand on the head of the goat, and he shall slaughter it in the place he would slaughter the elevation offering before Hashem. It is a sin offering. The Kohen shall take from the blood of the sin offering with his forefinger and place it upon the horns of the elevation offering altar, and he shall pour its remaining blood upon the base of the elevation offering altar. And he shall cause all its fats to go up in smoke on the altar, like the fats of the feast peace offering. Thus shall the Kohen provide him atonement for his sin, and it shall be forgiven him. If an individual person from among the people of the land shall sin unintentionally, by committing one of the commandments of Hashem that may not be done, and he becomes guilty, if his sin that he committed becomes known to him, he shall bring as his offering a she-goat, unblemished, for the sin that he committed. He shall lean his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and he shall slaughter the sin offering in the place of the elevation offering. The Kohen shall take from its blood with his forefinger and place it on the horns of the elevation offering altar, and he shall pour all of its remaining blood upon the base of the altar. He shall remove all of its fat, and as the fat had been removed from upon the feast peace offering, and the Kohen shall cause it to go up in smoke on the altar as a satisfying aroma to Hashem, and the Kohen shall provide him atonement, and it shall be forgiven him. If he shall bring a sheep as his offering for a sin offering, he shall bring a female, unblemished. He shall lean his hand upon the head of the sin offering. He shall slaughter it for a sin offering in the place where he would have slaughtered the elevation offering. The Kohen shall take from the blood of the sin offering with his forefinger and place it upon the horns of the elevation offering altar. And he shall pour all its remaining blood upon the base of the altar, and he shall remove all its fat, as the fat would be removed from the feast peace offering sheep. And the Kohen shall cause them to go up in smoke on the altar, on the fires of Hashem, and the Kohen shall provide him atonement for his sin that he committed, and it shall be forgiven him. If a person will sin, if he accepted a demand for an oath, and he is witless, either he saw or he knew, if he does not testify, he shall bear his inequity. Or if a person will have touched any contaminated object, whether the carcass of an unclean beast, the carcass of an unclean animal, or the carcass of a creeping animal that is unclean, but it was concealed from him, and he is contaminated and became guilty, or if he will touch a human contamination, any manner of its contamination through which he can become contaminated, but it was concealed from him, and then he knew, and he became guilty, or if a person will swear expressing with his lips to do no harm, or to do good, anything that a person will express as an oath, but it was concealed from him, and then he knew, and he became guilty regarding one of these matters. When one shall become guilty regarding one of these matters, he shall confess what he had sinned. He shall bring as his guilt offering to Hashem for his sin that he committed a female from the flock, a sheep or a goat, for a sin offering, and the Kohen shall provide him atonement for his sin. But if his means are insufficient for a sheep or a goat, then he shall bring as his guilt offering for that which he sinned 2 turtle doves or 2 young doves to Hashem, one for a sin offering and one for an elevation offering. He shall bring them to the Kohen, who shall offer first the one that is for a sin offering. He shall nip its head at its nape, but not separate it. He shall sprinkle from the blood of the sin offering upon the wall of the altar, and the remainder of the blood shall be pressed out toward the base of the altar. It is a sin offering. And he shall make the second one an elevation offering according to its law, and the Kohen shall provide him atonement for his sin that he committed, and it shall be forgiven him. But if his means are insufficient for 2 turtle doves, or for 2 young doves, then he shall bring his offering for that which he sinned, a 10 ephah of fine flour, for a sin offering. He shall not place oil on it, nor shall he put frankincense on it, for it is a sin offering. He shall bring it to the Kohen, and the Kohen shall scoop from his 3 fingers full as its memorial portion, and cause it to go up in smoke on the altar, on the fires of Hashem. It is a sin offering. The Kohen shall provide him atonement for the sin that he committed regarding any of these, and it will be forgiven him, and it shall belong to the Kohen, like the meal offering. Hashem spoke to Moses, saying, if a person commits treachery and sins unintentionally against Hashem's holies, he shall bring his guilt offering to Hashem, an unblemished ram from the flock with a value of silver shekels, according to the sacred shekel, for a guilt offering. For what he has deprived the sanctuary he shall make restitution, and add a fifth to it, and give it to the Kohen. Then the Kohen shall provide him atonement with the ram of the guilt offering, and it shall be forgiven him. If a person will sin and will commit one of all the commandments of Hashem that may not be done, but did not know and became guilty, he shall bear his iniquity. He shall bring an unblemished ram from the flock of the proper value as a guilt offering to the Kohen, and the Kohen shall provide him atonement for the inadvertence that he committed unintentionally and he did not know, and it shall be forgiven him. It is a guilt offering. He has become guilty before Hashem. Hashem spoke to Moses, saying, if a person will sin and commit a treachery against Hashem by lying to his comrade regarding a pledge or a loan or a robbery, or by defrauding his comrade, or he found a lost item and denied it, and he swore falsely about any of all the things that a person can do and sin thereby, so it shall be that when he will sin and become guilty, he shall return the robbed item that he robbed, or the proceeds of his fraud, or the pledge that was left with him, or the lost item that he found, or anything about which he had sworn falsely. He shall repay its principal and add its fifth to it. He shall give it to its owner on the day he admits his guilt, and he shall bring his guilt offering to Hashem, an unblemished ram from the flock of the proper value as a guilt offering to the Kohen. The Kohen shall provide him atonement before Hashem, and it shall be forgiven him for any of all the things he might do to incur guilt.